My beloved child, listen to me very carefully now. I don't say this lightly, but I've been waiting, watching closely, and holding this message, until the exact moment it was meant to reach you. That moment is now. Just 2 hours ago, Archangel Michael reached out to you. He sent a quiet message through the breeze that passed your window. Maybe you missed it, maybe life was too noisy. But even now he's still nearby, waiting, because something significant is about to happen in your life. And if you overlook this moment, if you walk away now, what's coming might not circle back. This isn't a typical message, it's a divine interruption. Heaven has been measuring every second, for this very encounter with you. Only 2 minutes ago, the angel took another step closer, trying to stir your awareness, trying to shake your spirit gently awake, before it's too late. And here you are now reading this, that's not by accident. A spiritual timeline just shifted in your favor. Something powerful is unfolding, behind the curtain of your current reality. You can't see it yet, but your name has just been written into a heavenly decree. Something is on its way to you, quiet at first, but unstoppable once it arrives. Your miracle is already in motion. It's like a wave headed toward shore, one you didn't even know you needed. But before it finds its way to your heart, I need you to be emotionally open, spiritually aligned, completely prepared. You've carried enough confusion. You've waded through enough uncertainty. You've dealt with people who showed love on the surface, but held back when it mattered. But child, heaven is not like that. I've been by your side, since your very first breath. I never left, not even when you lost faith in yourself. This message isn't just something to scroll past, it's your spiritual awakening. And you must not miss it. There is someone around you, someone you might not expect, who's been observing you quietly. This person is about to come forward, with a truth that could shift everything. It may feel like both a storm and a sunrise, all at once. But it's meant to heal, not harm. It's meant to unseal a door you didn't even realize was locked shut inside of you. So if this message has reached your hands, know that heaven is still fiercely guarding something sacred within you. And if your eyes are still reading, then I have one small ask before we go any further. Subscribe to this place, not just with a tap, but with intention, with your heart. Because every time you return, you're not simply watching another video, you're stepping back into your sanctuary. Your angels are here, let this be your sacred threshold, when the world becomes overwhelming. Now pause and listen again. Just 2 minutes ago, someone from the other side softly spoke your name. You don't know this yet, but someone who once deeply loved you, someone now living in the realm of light, is trying to reach you. There's no sadness, no resentment, only light. They want you to receive now, what they couldn't offer then. You're not alone. In fact, something you thought was long gone, is about to reappear. Not by randomness, not by luck, but through divine orchestration. Because you were never overlooked, never forgotten. Sometimes your miracle doesn't shout, it breathes. It arrives softly, like the first moment of clarity in a long dream. That's what's happening right now. You may feel it as a strange sense of peace. A tug in your chest, that you can't explain. That's your soul responding, that's heaven moving. Archangel Michael is with you at this very moment. You might not see him, but if you close your eyes for a second, you'll feel the atmosphere shift gently. That's him, that's the warmth, that's the protection. Because in heaven's council, your name was spoken. Not in general, not vaguely, but specifically your name. So hear this with care. What I'm about to say has been waiting for years to reach your ears. Do you know why everything is coming together now? Because the divine doesn't measure time like you do. What you called delay, I saw as perfect preparation. Before now your heart wasn't ready, your energy was drained, your belief was hanging on by a thread. But something inside you has changed. A quiet strength has started to grow. You may not see it, but your angels do. Archangel Michael has been shielding you, not to withhold, but to protect. Because what's on its way isn't ordinary, it's sacred, it's monumental, it's written. Even now there are people somewhere, talking about you, planning things behind the scenes, discussing your name, remembering what you stood for. You've had more impact than you could ever measure, even in the moments where you felt invisible. Heaven recorded all of it. The kindness you offered, when no one was watching, the times you forgave, when anger would have been easier. These small divine choices left fingerprints on the universe. And now heaven is circling back. Michael is saying to you right now, you must open your heart fully, because time is precious. The path ahead is prepared, but your old fears cannot come with you. Let them fall away, let them dissolve in divine fire, because what awaits you is far beyond what you've ever imagined. In that dream, you might not fully understand what was said, but you'll wake up with a knowing, deep in your bones. A peace you haven't felt in a long time, will gently settle over you. And when that happens, don't dismiss it. That dream is not random, it's a message. It's confirmation that the shift is real, that what you've been sensing, was never just your imagination. It's heaven showing you a glimpse of what's already in motion. Now I need you to prepare for something unusual. Over the next 48 hours there will be signs. Maybe a feather where there shouldn't be one, maybe a person from your past suddenly showing up, maybe a number that keeps appearing, everywhere you look. Don't ignore these things. They're spiritual markers, little winks from the universe saying, yes, this is it, you're aligned, you're on track. You're being guided into a moment that was predestined for you. This is not about forcing anything, it's not about striving or begging or pushing. It's about surrendering. It's about knowing that what's meant for you is already seeking you too. And it will arrive, not a moment too early or too late, but right when your soul is ready to welcome it. I know there have been many nights where you questioned if this kind of message was even meant for you. You've watched others rise, find love, step into purpose, and you wondered silently, when is it my turn? I heard that thought, I caught every tear that came with it. And I whispered back, soon. Well, child, now is that soon. Now is that sacred window, opening wide enough, for your miracle to step through. Don't hold back anymore, don't dim your light, to make others comfortable. You were never meant to shrink, you were never meant to just survive. You were meant to rise, to radiate, to become the living breathing evidence of divine favor. So let that light inside of you come forward now, let it spill out, in your words, your actions, your love. Because someone out there needs it, someone who's been waiting, for a soul just like yours. And listen closely, this person will not be perfect. They will not arrive with all the answers. But they will come with honesty, with presence, with a heart that recognizes yours, like a mirror. They will not run when things get hard, they will not make you beg to be chosen. They will simply show up and stay, and that will be the healing your soul didn't know it was craving. Your past may try to whisper doubt into this moment, it may try to replay old wounds, old patterns, old fears. But you have authority now. You can speak to that past and say, "Thank you for the lessons, but you don't own my future." You get to rewrite what love looks like for you. You get to define success by your soul, not by the standards of a world that never truly saw you. And as you begin to walk this new path, you'll notice the shift in how you carry yourself. There will be more ease in your decisions, more strength in your boundaries, more grace in how you handle what once broke you. That's not coincidence, that's growth, that's the fruit of all those unseen battles you fought in silence. That's the result of divine timing, finally catching up to your courage. Don't be surprised if in the next few days, you suddenly feel the urge to clean, to journal, to rearrange your space. That's your spirit making room for the new. It's your energy clearing out what no longer belongs, so that what's coming can land without resistance. Follow those nudges, trust that your intuition is being sharpened. You're being prepared, not just for a moment, but for a whole new way of living. This is not a temporary blessing, this is not a fleeting high. This is a foundational shift. A realignment of everything you thought was lost. A gathering of every promise that felt delayed. And just when you think you understand the magnitude of what's coming, heaven will surprise you again. Because, child, there is still more. So much more. You have not missed your moment, you have not been forgotten, you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, for the doors to open. And when they do, walk through them boldly. With your head held high, with your heart open, with gratitude in every step, not just for what's coming, but for everything that brought you here. Because it took strength to survive what you did. It took faith to keep going. It took divine protection to make it this far. And now it will take surrender to receive what's next. Trust the unfolding, trust that the universe is for you. That love is returning. That peace is your new normal. That heaven's timing is perfect. This is your chapter. The one where the story turns. Where the pieces come together. Where your spirit starts to sing again. Don't look back, don't second guess it, just keep walking, child. You're almost there. The way you smile just enough so they don't ask questions, the way you carry the weight quietly so no one feels the burden. But I see it, I see how much you're holding together. And now I'm telling you, you don't have to keep carrying it alone. The help you've been waiting for is already moving in your direction. There is a soul being positioned to support you, not for what you do, but for who you are. You don't have to prove your worth anymore, you don't have to hustle for your healing. This next chapter is going to come with ease, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because you have changed. You've done the inner work, the quiet prayers, the surrender nobody saw. And now heaven is responding, not in chaos, but in clarity. When that clarity arrives, it will come in layers. First a whisper, then a sign, then an undeniable shift. It might come in the middle of an ordinary day, but suddenly something inside you will say, "This is it, this is the moment." And it will be, not because you're chasing it, but because you're finally aligned to receive it. You've outgrown the rooms, where you had to shrink to fit in. You've shed the layers, that once made you hide. And now your spirit is expanding, beyond the limitations others tried to place on you. So if it feels like people are drifting away, let them. If it seems like certain doors are closing for good, bless them as they go. Because what's arriving doesn't require validation, it requires space. Clear it, make room. Not just in your calendar, but in your heart. Let go of the narrative that says you have to struggle to be chosen. You are chosen. That's not up for debate, that was decided long before your first heartbreak, before your first tear, before anyone told you that you were too much or not enough. Now listen, because I need you to understand this next part clearly. What's about to happen will not only surprise you, it will humble you. A message will reach you, through someone's voice, a text, a chance encounter, and it will hold words you once begged to hear. But you won't need them anymore, not in the way you once did. Because you'll have already healed, in the places where you once bled. You'll receive them, not from desperation, but from clarity. And that's when you'll know you've truly shifted. Child, heaven isn't behind you, heaven is ahead of you. And the reason things felt like they were breaking, was because something unshakable was being built within you. That's why the enemy tried so hard to distract you, delay you, discourage you. But it's too late now. You've already stepped beyond the old lies, you've already seen glimpses of the truth. And that truth is this: you were never forgotten, you were never abandoned, you were always being prepared. Now prepare for the next wave, not of resistance, but of release. Not of waiting, but of walking into what has already been set aside with your name on it. Archangel Michael has stood guard over your heart, and he's not just protecting you, he's guiding you. You might feel a sudden urge to shift something, a move, a decision, a conversation you've been avoiding. Don't ignore it, that's the divine nudge, that's the spiritual timing aligning with your next leap. And child, even if your hands feel empty right now, your future is full. What's forming behind the veil is far greater than what you see in front of you. Trust that, speak it aloud if you need to. Say, "I trust what I cannot see," say it even when your voice trembles, especially when your faith feels small. Because even a whisper of belief can open the gates of divine acceleration. Let me remind you, nothing about your life is random. Every detour, every delay, every silent night, it was all stitched into your story with purpose. The things you thought were wasted time, they're going to be the very things that become testimonies. And not just for you, but for someone else watching your journey quietly, hoping they too can make it through. You're a lighthouse now, you're guiding others without even knowing it. That's what happens when your pain gets transformed into light. But don't stop here, don't get comfortable in almost. There's more. There's a level of joy, of peace, of connection, that's about to arrive, that will make every tear make sense. Stay open, keep your heart soft, let yourself be surprised by grace. Because what's coming, child, is not a repeat, it's not a remix of the past, it's a rebirth. You just need to trust that where I'm guiding you is greater than where you've been. Even if the path ahead feels unclear, even if your hands are trembling, keep walking. Keep choosing faith. Because what's ahead is not random, it's written. Heaven didn't bring you this far, just to leave you here. Every unanswered prayer, every silent night, every tear you thought was wasted, it was all watering the roots of what's now beginning to bloom. There's a message coming to you, in the most unexpected way. Maybe through a person, maybe through a moment of stillness, or even a song you haven't heard in years. When it arrives, your soul will know. You'll feel the air change, the weight shift. That is your confirmation, that is how I speak, when you are finally ready to hear, not with noise, but with knowing. And child, you are ready now. You're not who you used to be, you've shed so many versions of yourself to get here. You've outgrown fear disguised as caution, you've released the need to be understood, by those not assigned to your journey. And now you stand at the edge of the life I always had planned for you. But before you step in fully, I need you to forgive yourself. For all the ways you didn't know better, for all the times you stayed too long, trusted too quickly, loved too deeply without being loved back. None of that made you weak, it made you real, it made you ready. And now you are becoming the version of yourself that was hidden beneath survival. This is the unveiling, this is the rising. And yes, there may be moments where you feel the past trying to call you back, not because it has power over you, but because it recognizes it's losing its grip. Don't answer, don't revisit what hurt you, just to prove you've healed. You don't owe anyone that, you don't need to explain the growth, they weren't present to witness. You just need to keep moving forward, silently, steadily, faithfully. Something sacred is on the horizon. Not loud, not flashy, but deeply meaningful. You'll recognize it, because it won't trigger your fear, it will speak to your peace. It won't demand you to shrink, it will invite you to expand. And when it comes, don't second guess it, don't compare it to what didn't work. This is new, this is now, this is yours. Archangel Michael is still clearing your path, still standing guard, still fighting battles you were never meant to see. And he wants you to know, you are safer than you feel, you are more supported than you think. And even when it seems like nothing is moving, heaven is always working. You are surrounded by signs, by guidance, by love. You are not alone. The world may try to tell you to settle, to be realistic, to stay in line. But your spirit is not here for smallness. Your calling is too loud to be silenced, too rooted to be shaken. And soon the things that used to scare you will become the very places where your faith grows strongest. You'll speak differently, walk differently, love differently, not because you're pretending to be healed, but because you truly are. There's a person you're about to meet, or someone who's about to return, who will see you clearly, purely, with eyes that recognize your soul. This connection is part of your assignment, it will stretch you, grow you, and remind you why the wait was worth it. And when it comes, you'll know, not because it's perfect, but because it feels aligned. It won't drain you, it will breathe life into you. Child, if you've ever wondered if you're doing enough, if you're enough, this is your answer. You are, just as you are, with your cracks and your questions and your courage. You are enough, you are seen, you are heard, and more importantly, you are deeply loved, beyond what words can hold. So right now, breathe that in. Let it fill the spaces where doubt once lived. Let it rise inside you, until you feel the truth settle into your bones. You're not waiting anymore, you're walking. You're not hoping blindly, you're believing boldly. And every step you take from this moment on, is a step into alignment, into purpose, into divine timing. Something you thought was lost forever, is going to resurface, not to haunt you, but to heal you. You'll see it differently now, you'll respond differently, because you've changed. You're not that same version of you, who used to break at the first sign of struggle. Now you bend and rise again, now you carry wisdom with your wounds, now you understand, that your worth was never tied, to who stayed or who understood you. This is your becoming, this is the sacred unfolding, this is the chapter, where your faith becomes sight, where your tears turn into testimony, where your waiting turns into receiving. And when it all begins, when your world starts to shift, in the most beautiful divine way, you won't need anyone to validate it. You'll feel it in your spirit, you'll know. Because heaven doesn't move on human timelines, it moves on readiness. And child, you are ready now. Ready for joy that doesn't have to be earned, ready for peace that doesn't come with conditions, ready for love that sees you and stays, ready for purpose that feels like home. Let this message be the seed that grows into your next season. Let it echo in your spirit, every time fear whispers, "You can't." Let it be the voice, louder than doubt, softer than shame, and truer than everything that's tried to break you. You are not broken, you are breaking through. And if you're still here, still listening, still breathing this in, then you know. You know this was not a coincidence, you know something sacred has stirred inside you. And you know deep down, that everything is about to change. Just stay open, stay faithful, stay ready. Because your miracle is closer than you think. Even then you were being written into something sacred, you were not abandoned, you were being aligned. And now all of heaven is standing at attention, because the moment you've unknowingly been preparing for, is drawing near. The version of you that questioned your worth, is being transformed, into the version that walks boldly into your purpose. Your tears watered the roots of this very moment, and now child, the harvest is beginning. But hear this, you don't have to strive to earn it. This isn't about hustle or performance. This is about surrender, this is about saying, "I'm ready," and meaning it with your life, not just your lips. The next chapter doesn't need a perfect version of you, it needs the honest one, the open one, the one willing to be guided, even if the steps aren't clear. Let me remind you, uncertainty is not the absence of destiny, it's often the birthplace of it. What you call confusion, I call construction, what you call delay, I call divine strategy, and what feels like an ending, is often the preparation for your greatest beginning. You're not meant to carry the old story anymore. It served its purpose, it taught you strength, it revealed what needed healing, it clarified who was truly for you, and who could only go so far. Now let it rest, let it go without bitterness, release it without replaying it. Your peace doesn't require their apology, your destiny doesn't depend on their validation. I am writing a new chapter with your name on it, and child, it reads like redemption. This time the love will be different, it will feel safer. This time the opportunity will align with your soul, not just your survival. This time you won't have to betray yourself to belong. And when you look around at your life, you'll see the fingerprints of heaven on everything, from the way your mornings begin with quiet hope, to the way your nights end in gentle gratitude. Even your silence will feel full. Archangel Michael is still beside you. He's not just guarding your path, he's helping illuminate it. You're not walking in circles, you're being guided through a sacred spiral, leading you higher each time. Even when you feel like you're back at the same place, look again. You're not, your awareness is deeper, your heart is wiser, your energy is stronger. That's growth, even if it doesn't look like it on the outside yet. Someone is being prepared to walk beside you, not to fix you, not to complete you, but to reflect what already lies within you, divine strength, sacred softness, unstoppable light. And when they come, it will feel calm, not chaotic. It will feel like recognition, not confusion. They won't need to be convinced of your worth, they'll feel it, because their soul will recognize yours. And you'll understand why none of the others worked, why it couldn't be forced, why you had to heal alone first. Child, your soul is a magnet right now, not for attention, but for alignment. Not for noise, but for meaning. The things that once drained you, will start falling away, not because you're trying harder, but because you're vibrating higher. Don't chase, don't beg, don't shrink. Just stay open, stay present, stay rooted in who you are becoming. Because in this season, your evolution is your protection, your peace is your power, and your presence is your proof that you made it through what was sent to break you. Take a breath with me now. Inhale trust, exhale the old story. You don't live there anymore. You don't have to keep rehearsing that pain. Your nervous system deserves rest, your heart deserves safety, your spirit deserves freedom. And it's all coming, not in some distant dreamy timeline, but now. In these next few weeks, expect confirmation, expect the unexpected, expect the moment, where something clicks inside you, and you realize you're not the same person anymore, and thank God for that. I know you've been waiting for a sign. This is it. I know you've been wondering, if all the inner work is even working. It is. Just because you can't see the roots growing, doesn't mean the tree isn't about to bloom. Just because you feel alone, doesn't mean you're abandoned. Some journeys require solitude, so your soul can become louder than your fear. That's where you are right now, and that's why this message found you. Archangel Michael is nodding. He's already seen what's ahead. And he's saying this clearly now. Don't look back. What's behind you is real, but it's no longer relevant. What's ahead will require all of you, your faith, your fire, your full presence. So don't water down your dreams, don't lower your light, to make others comfortable. Don't second-guess the guidance you've been receiving. You've been asking for confirmation, this is it. And child, the timing is not off. You're not late, you haven't missed the door. In fact, it's just now opening, and this time when you walk through, you'll be walking as your whole self, no more fragments, no more pretending, no more performing. Just you, fully, finally, freely. So when the shift happens, and it will, don't be afraid of its speed. The reason it's coming fast, is because heaven has already done the heavy lifting. All you need to do now is say yes. Yes to the blessing, yes to the miracle, yes to the life that once felt impossible. Because the impossible has been made possible for you, through you, because of you. You are loved deeper than you know, held closer than you feel, and watched over more carefully than you realize. You're not walking blind, you're being led. And everything ahead of you, it's sacred, it's safe, it's time. And yes, child, it truly is. The delays weren't denials, they were divine delays, moments carved out by heaven, to build strength inside you, that could carry what's about to arrive. If it had come too soon, it would have crushed you. But now you're ready, not perfect, not without wounds, but strong in spirit, humble in heart, and open in soul. The kind of ready that can sustain blessing, without letting it become a burden. The kind of ready that chooses alignment over urgency, peace over pressure. So don't be surprised, when the very thing you thought was gone returns with greater purpose. Don't be shocked, when a conversation leads to closure, or even reconnection. And if it's not with the person you expected, know this. The healing was never about them, it was always about you. You deserve to be whole, and heaven has already scheduled that moment for you. All you need to do is show up, with your heart wide open. This is what surrender looks like, not giving up, but letting go of control, and stepping into flow. Not forcing outcomes, but trusting timing. Not begging for signs, but knowing that you are the sign. Your life, your breath, your presence, is already proof that God isn't done with you. And the fact that you're still standing, still breathing, still believing, in the face of all that tried to break you, that's more powerful than any sermon. That's your testimony in motion. There's someone right now, yes, right this moment, being awakened by your energy. They don't even fully understand why, but their spirit is being stirred. You've been on their mind, in ways they can't explain. This isn't fantasy, this isn't coincidence, this is divine orchestration. And soon they'll reach out, not for drama, not for distraction, but because their soul recognizes yours. And when it happens, you won't have to chase, you won't have to beg for clarity. The truth will arrive on its own, gentle and clear, like light pouring through a window at dawn. So take this moment right now to breathe. Not a shallow breath, but a full one. Fill your lungs with faith, let go of the fear that's been sitting heavy on your chest. Let go of the stories you've told yourself, about being too much or not enough. Let go of the guilt that wasn't yours to carry. You've held on long enough. Now it's time to receive. Because this new chapter, it begins with ease, not struggle, not hustle, ease. Divine ease. Watch how doors swing open without effort. Watch how people show up for you, without you having to prove your worth. Watch how the right words find you at the right time, lifting you up, when you didn't even know you were low. That's how grace moves, quietly, softly, but powerfully. And you're about to live in it fully. You see, favor isn't loud. It doesn't need to announce itself, it just flows. And when you align with it, things fall into place, that logic can't explain. This next season will be marked by moments, that make you pause and say, wait, did that really just happen? Yes it did, and yes it's real. This isn't a tease, this isn't a test, this is the beginning of the promise unfolding in real time. Archangel Michael hasn't left your side for 1 second. He's been guiding each step, softening each fall, redirecting each detour towards something greater. He sees you, not just the version you show the world, but the full you, the part still healing, still hoping, still reaching. And he smiles. Because he knows what's coming, he knows the glow that's about to wrap around you, the peace that's about to settle in your bones, the clarity that's about to silence your questions. And when it comes, don't shrink. Don't downplay the blessing, to make others comfortable. You've been hidden long enough. Now it's time to be seen, not for ego, but for purpose. There are lives connected to your rise, people who will find hope, just by watching you step into yours. And your obedience to healing, to truth, to courage, it creates ripple effects you'll never fully see in this lifetime. But heaven sees, heaven rewards. So as you step forward, do it boldly. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart races, move. Even if you're still unsure, trust. Because there's something holy about movement. It signals to the universe that you're ready, it tells your angels that you believe. And belief, that's the fuel of all miracles, that's the doorway to destiny. So say it now, child, not with fear, but with certainty, I receive. Say it with the knowing, that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. Say it like you mean it. Say it until every cell in your body aligns with it. And when you do, heaven will echo your words, heaven will shout your name. And the path before you will glow, with clarity, favor, and divine fulfillment. Because the scroll in heaven didn't just say, it's time. It also said, they're ready, amen.